This is the Anti-RGB mid-range gaming PC featuring a brand new case from Okinos. Before I show off the components I use in this PC build, I will throw a little disclaimer that the parts I use is coming from the deals that I found when I was looking on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and others use Marketplace. So just to keep that in mind, I cannot guarantee you may be looking as close as what I have in terms of how much total I paid for it. So yeah, back to the video. The CPU that I'm going to be going on this PC build is an AMD Ryzen 5 5600X. It has 6 cores, 12 threads. The base clock is 3.7 GHz and the max boost clock is 4.6 GHz. And then the R3 cache is 32 MB, which is perfect for all you budget gamers that want to pair a 3070 or any GPU around that range. And it can also be a good 1080p machine to those who can't afford a graphics card over 200 bucks. For the CPU alone, I paid like 80 bucks and wrote it hardware swap, which I kind of overpaid for it, but I'm trying to get this video out, so I'm just gonna buy it and do it on this build. The motherboard I'm using in this PC build is a ASUS B450M-A II. It's a great motherboard. It has 4 RAM slots, an M.2 slot. It's a pretty decent micro ATX motherboard, but I paid 70 bucks to my cousin since I'm trying to get this PC build done as soon as possible. The RAM I got is a GSkill Ripjaws 32 GB of RAM. It has 3200 MHz, and I do pay for 2 separate kits of 16 GB and I combine them together. So one of them is from the motherboard combo that I have here currently in my inventory. So I'm gonna value one of the 16 GB of RAM of 25 bucks, and I know that I paid for another set of it for around 22 something, which I'm going to put out in the price on the screen. And yeah, they do work pretty well for 32 GB of RAM. The CPU cooler I use is a ID Cooling FROZN A620, which is one of those beefy coolers that I've seen on Amazon. And not gonna lie, it's probably one of my first ever CPU coolers that's this big, other than AIOs and some typical air coolers. I got it in a black color, so yeah, there's no RGB inside of it, it's just black. And I paid 30 bucks for the CPU cooler on Amazon before taxes. The power supply I'm going to be using in this build is a Thermaltake Smart GX2 power supply. It has 600 watts, and I believe it is in tier C in the power supply tier list. By the way, I got this used. People might be scared on used power supplies, but since I have a power supply tester, I'm able to test the power supplies, make sure they're good by plugging the cables into the tester, and it tells me if it's the correct voltage in the right range. So just so that you guys know. The SSD I'm going to be using in this PC build is a Timetec SSD. It has PCIE Gen 3x4, which is totally fine since I have a B450 motherboard. It is NvMe, which is faster than Sega drives, and it's around terabyte capacity, which is pretty nice, especially when you're having Windows, some apps, and maybe just a few games in your SSD before it gets full. The GPU I got is an RTX 3070 Founders Edition. I picked it up off of Facebook Marketplace for around 250 bucks, which is okay for the Founders Edition cards, but it will provide you awesome 1440p performance. It does have 8 GB of VRAM, but it should be just fine for most games coming out in 2025, or maybe some games came out like a year or two ago. And now, the PC case. Thank you Okinos for sending this over for me to review. It is a Cypress 3 wood, which I know they have 2 versions. One is the ARGB matter and one is the wood version. And I actually bought the ARGB matter before they reached out to me and sent the wood version, so I got 2 of them, which is awesome. They're basically the same as that case, except that there's no RGB fans, it's just 4 black fans on the wood version. The Okinos case have a genuine walnut look on the front panel to those who loves the wood grain look of the PC case. Not only that, it has a mesh grill for airflow. On the side of the Cypress 3 case, there's some mesh on the power supply basement, that way your GPU can have some fresh air coming from the sides of the case. And above that, there's some tempered glass side panels you can see your components with after you put together a gaming PC. And it has the front I/O where that mess is at, and it has one USB Type-C, two 3.0 Type-A, and a headphone microphone combo jack. And of course, there's a reset button and a power button. On the back of the PC, there's some holes for your I/O shield, the GPU, and your power supply, as pretty much every PC case has that. And it has a fan grill. For the fan configuration on the PC case, it has three 120mm on the front, and I believe you can fit a 360, but you may need to put the fans on the front for the radiators to fit in the inside of the PC case. On the top and the back of the case, there's two 120mm spots so you can put those fans on them, and then on the rear, it has a single 120mm fan in that case. The max height for the CPU tile cooler is actually a 164mm. That way, if you have a beefy cooler like what I put in this PC build, it should fit. So please consult to the product page or the user manual of your CPU cooler. That way it'll fit if you're looking to buy this PC case. And of course, the motherboard support is micro RTX and ITX for the graphics card. So if you're looking to mount a GPU with the fans in the inside, you can only fit up to 285mm of length. But if you have it with the fans mounted closer to the front panel, you can go up to 320mm GPU length. Now on the power supply with the hard drive caddy, you can go up to 185mm, but if you move the hard drive caddy towards the fan, you can go up to 205mm. The PSU without the hard drive is 330mm, which means you can fit something beefy if you're looking to throw in some really high-end specs in that case. It has some pretty good cable management when you are looking at the back of the PC case. Plus, it has a accessory box on the hard drive caddy. That way you can have the screws, user manual, and the PCIE slots. And of course the whole walnut thing that Okinos put to these wood cases.
Show that bug the true meaning of freedom. Dead-eye precision. Now, use it. What a catapult of an arm. On to the next section. Look up in the sky, recruit. That there is a super destroyer. And it's all...
Overall, this is an awesome budget micro RTX PC case that I've ever reviewed on this channel. Especially the ARGB version that I bought before Okinos sent this over to me for review. On a scale 1 through 10, I think I give it around a 10 because I think it's one of my favorite cases I've ever built a PC on, since it's more unique, like compared to all my other builds I've done in this channel and my entire PC flipping journey. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you really enjoyed it, toss a like on this video. That way YouTube knows that people like my videos and they put it to more people around the world. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notifications if you don't want to miss any of the videos that I'll be uploading on this channel. Peace.